What's going on, freelancers? Alright, so today we're going to address some concerns that seem to be persistent in the community surrounding Anthem. Let's get right into it. Some people keep talking about how Anthem is just a Destiny clone, which honestly couldn't be further from the truth. Aside from fighting aliens and gathering loot, they have very little in common and are two vastly different games. Anthem plays more like Mass Effect meets The Division meets Diablo, with a lot of its own uniqueness thrown in. It's a third-person shooter action RPG with a heavy emphasis on the RPG part, and its deep, story-driven narrative. Many other games in this category tend to focus more on the shooter side of things and add in RPG elements as what almost seems like an afterthought instead of having them be the main focus. This does not seem to be the case with Anthem, as with most Bioware games like your Dragon Age, your Mass Effect, your KOTOR, your Jade Empire. They are RPGs, first and foremost, that just so happen to be shooters. Moving right along to loot boxes. I still see people whining and complaining about microtransactions, loot boxes, and pay-to-win plans for Anthem. This has already been stated several times that the game will not feature any of these things, so why people still feel the need to talk about them is beyond me. However, certain microtransactions for cosmetic purposes, giving people the ability to choose to purchase cosmetic items if they wish, does no harm whatsoever to anyone or to the game as a whole. So why do you care? It's their money. You don't want to pay real money? Go out and earn all the stuff. Sadly, not everybody has as much time to game as they would like, so some people might want to jump the gun a little bit and spend some money on cosmetic items instead of spending hours unlocking them. I'm personally one of those completionists that want to go out and complete everything, but I'm not going on my own without spending money. But I'm not going to belittle somebody else who maybe doesn't want to do that or maybe doesn't have the time to. There also seems to be some concern over the difficulty of Anthem, which let me just fix that concern right now. This game is set up in a Diablo 3 model. Now, it has 6 different difficulty settings. When you first start the game, you have easy, medium, and master. There are 3 additional difficulty slots that unlock as you progress through the game. Once you reach the max level, which is 30 at launch, it will unlock Grandmaster Rank 1. You will then unlock Grandmaster Rank 2 and Grandmaster Rank 3 as you increase your power level. Now, each difficulty level increases the AI of the enemies themselves. They actually get smarter. They get more tactical. So anyone that's played Diablo knows what this is. The game literally gets harder and harder and harder. They might add in new enemies. They might add in new elite type of enemies, stronger abilities, better tactics, etc. So this allows us to continue to challenge ourselves long after the game is launched. And now I get to the stupidest argument in RPG history recently, the bullet sponge. It's reared its ugly head yet again, as it does with just about every game in the shooter RPG genre. This is a stupid and pointless argument. RPGs follow a certain set of parameters, and they always have. This is no different from whether or not you are using a gun, a sword, an axe, a laser, whatever. Mobs have X amount of hit points, and you deal X amount of damage, regardless of what weapon you're using. Each weapon has its base stats, therefore does its X amount of damage. You need to deal enough damage to deplete the hit points of whatever you're fighting. It's literally that simple. You also have to take into account potential special parameters such as body armor, shields, deflectors, etc. Bullet sponge is not a real thing in regards to an RPG. It's just simply called being an RPG. You've never heard anybody cry about a sword sponge or a spell sponge, and it's literally the same thing. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. If you have any suggestions for other videos you might want to see or specific content you'd like me to cover, feel free to comment and let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. Drop a like, subscribe, at least hit that bell so you know when new videos drop. I release content regularly. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on the road to Anthem.